You're going to talk about E3, which I don't know if this actually upsets you. Does this upset you that E3 was canceled?
I got a lot of mixed feelings about it.
Okay. What are they?
So, I guess like for context, like E3 is an expo, like a video game expo, where historically like major video game publishing companies like Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft would go to like reveal like their 1 year plan of like video games like releases, whether it be consoles or games. So there's a bunch of reasons why I'm sure E3 got canceled. Number one is like COVID.
Last year was due to COVID.
Right.
And the year before that.
And the year before that.
But E3 was famous. I'd rather say infamous for booth babes, as they're known, which is like having like scantily clad dressed women, you know, like promote games.
Sooner or later, they're only going to be allowed to work at car shows. Where will they go?
My favorite YouTuber, Gina Darling, that's not her real name, but she got named that because of a stalker. But she used to be a booth girl and a go-go dancer.
Is she Asian?
Too. Yeah.
I think she's in G4.
Yeah, she does G4. She was like really popular on Twitch because she used to play what's that one?
She's very funny.
That one first-person shooter game. I forgot. But a lot of like people were like, "Oh, you play that game?" And she's like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Wouldn't expect a woman to play."
Not like most girls.
No, like legit, she's not like other girls. Like she had beef with another TikToker.
Yeah, she's a memer. She's a hot memer.
Yeah, like she had beef with this one TikToker that she dated who's like younger than her. She gave basically he gave her the clap.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So it says E3 will return in 2023 with a reinvigorated showcase that celebrates new and exciting video games and industry innovations. And you think that because you think it's done?
So I mean,
that seems to be the consensus of these articles.
They have to re-evolve it because like naturally now we're in world culture, so basically like everything has like they can't.
Beautiful women are canceled. Beautiful women who want to be beautiful as a marketing tool are canceled.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct. Like
evolution is wrong.
Gone are the days where like you can ogle at someone for their beauty.
You're not allowed to do that anymore.
No, and like especially not in this because like I mean I guess it's just not the best look right now. Like and like probably I mean they've been making jokes about that for history. It was like, why are these girls here, you know?
What does this have to do with video games? Like now it makes sense, though, with Twitch being as popular as it is.
Right, and especially Twitch has like kind of a sexual angle as well.
They should have like hot tub streams in
They do. That'd be hilarious. But so the thing is, because like they would get like naturally like incredibly beautiful women, but like that would admittedly not care a single speck about the game.
Why would they? It's not their job.
Why would they? Right. But like that was always like it used to be like a funny thing about the event. It's like, look at these beautiful girls like promoting the thing and like actually not care about it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get lost in that too much. But the thing is, like, similar to how, you know, now there's originally we had Netflix and everything was on Netflix. Now we have Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, whatever. Now video game companies want to have their own E3.
I imagine like Disney does D23 every year.
Correct.
They'll all just have their, because the companies are so big. Microsoft owns like what?
And Nintendo has Nintendo Direct.
Yep.
And like Sony has like State of Play. And the reason why I think that makes sense is like, imagine like you're just working on your, let's say you're the Elden Ring developers and you're like, oh my God, we're going to do this new patch. Elden Ring 2, it's going to be the greatest thing in the world. And Sony is like putting all their money to like for the event, for the announcements. They're kind of not paying attention to other titles because of it. And 1 hour before, somebody else gives a conference. Let's say it's Nintendo, and they're like, "We're gonna."
They swoop in and basically hijack your conference.
Right, and so like now that's all the talk, and nobody gives a goddamn about anything anymore, and like your stuff gets like lost, I guess, in the buzz. Like, who won Best Picture? No one knows. Chris Rock got slapped.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So like E3 can have that effect on the video game industry. So in a way, that's why it's not returning, because you have to compete with a lot of things. However, it's also a good way to like jump on traction if you are like, let's say, like a brand that otherwise wouldn't.
Yeah. Like
proximity to power is power. So like if you're an independent developer and like you are in the same room as Nintendo, people that go through to see Mario might stop by your game.
That's a big thing. Like in wrestling, during WrestleMania weekend, all the smaller promotions run events and like trade shows type things going on during that weekend to capitalize on all the people that are in town for that event.
Correct. But, which, by the way, is a proposition that gets made in the article. Is like, well, if like the big boys like want to have their own event, like this could be like a great opportunity to like rebrand and like be like one for like independent creators and like indie developers.
Yep.
So that would be like an interesting direction, but they can't revive like the old
Format.
They can't.
Yeah.
A, because of Awakening, and like B, simply because like the pace of the world is different and the gamer culture is different. Like gamer culture right now is Twitch, it's the chat, it's the emotes, it's Craigasming sometimes when you see something funny, and pog champing sometimes where you like, oh my god, like it's erratic. So like it has to evolve to the times. Yeah. It's like it can't be like the car show version of video games.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought of.
It is what it is.
Car show version of video games, and that was it's a Summer Game Fest confirmed to return this June. And I'm sure this is like it says he made the announcement soon after they found out E3 was canceled.
Who made the announcement?
Jeff Neely. Or Keighley. It says E3 might be dead, but Summer Game Fest will live on. That's the official word from Summer Game Fest host Jeff Keighley, who confirmed both the summer event will return in June. So that he and the summer event will return in June. Excited to share the Summer Game Fest will return this June with a slate of events. We'll be producing another kickoff live show with announcements, news, and first looks. So it's funny because it reminds me of like comic book conventions, which are kind of dying in a way.
Are they?
Well, with COVID, obviously everything's shut down, and comics are such a niche now that like, is it really? And the big two publishers are so antagonistic towards fans that it's like, do people really want to go and be and pay money to people that hate them?
I mean, comic books are definitely on the decline, but comic movies.
Well, that's what I'm saying. One of the big things they're always talking about is like, why? How do you not manage to turn this into like when we went and saw the Batman, at least at the very least the local comic shop was there and advertising, right? But how does DC not set up booths outside of the biggest theaters in America and push their product while these movies are being produced? That makes no sense to me. Same with Marvel. It never translates to the comics. Right as Doctor Strange is coming out, the new Doctor Strange movie, they're rebranding the Doctor Strange comic with a female Doctor Strange with a different character, Sorceress Supreme, which is the worst timing in the world.
What I would say, like companies that usually like don't tend to put merchandise or something like that, is like companies that where their branding is very, very specific, and their like company guidelines are super specific. So they're probably like not putting it in the hands of like third party people because they don't trust them to like use, let's say, like all the like perhaps like the branding guidelines to the T. Because like when you work with a huge company like that, like
I'm saying, why doesn't the company itself set up at these theaters that they're partnered with, pick the biggest theater in each given district and set up at least one? And that's not a huge job. I'm not talking send it up at every movie theater,
right?
But if you're going
in New York,
if you're in California or Los Angeles, set up a booth at the bigger theaters there. Look at the ones they have all their sales and marketing data. Look at the ones that are going to get the biggest return. There should be as much as I don't know if age range data would come in if it comes with purchasing kids tickets and adult tickets. But there has to be a way that they can try to advance that division. But the sad fact is that comics are like, that's a write-off for these companies. For Warner Brothers, the comics division, same with Disney and Marvel, the comics division of Marvel, not the movie division, is just a write-off. Like, it's not making enough money to really even be necessary to be...
it's a damn shame.
Yeah.
Dude.
So, and it's a product of the time, the medium being different. People aren't reading the same way,
and stories are uninteresting.
Stories are uninteresting, and digital comics are a shit show. So it is what it is. But the hope would be that maybe E3 can rebrand and come back as something less. Less of what it is now and more of something more advanced.
Do you guys? I mean, were you guys familiar with E3 before this?
Yeah, I was.
Vaguely.
Yes.
I mean, I never went or anything.
Oh,
but I knew what it was. Yeah.
Do you guys think it can come back? Like
I wish that it would, because I just miss people getting together in person and talking face to face about their interests.
Yep.
But it's just, I guess that's a thing of the past now.
Yeah, like we kind of got like DC had Fandom during COVID, where it's like it's all digital panels. Comic-Con did digital panels. Nobody wants to actually watch that.
No.
That's stupid. Like that's like you want to go there and actually experience it in person. That's the whole point.
I mean, I would watch the E3 panels
Yeah.
like, digitally.
Oh, you
because-
would.
Yeah.
So they can target the most
Yeah, because it
hardcore fans.
absolutely because like that's when the huge games would have gotten announced.
Yeah.
Like a Final Fantasy, a Halo, or something would have gotten announced in E3.
Exactly.
And like the launch of new consoles.
What was it when they announced like Diablo and they announced the phone version?
Oh,
Remember that a couple years ago? And they're
Dude.
like, don't you have a phone?
historic fail. Oh my god.
How did they not see that coming?
They took market research from Miracle and Miracle alone probably for that one. For Diablo on the phone.
Diablo the mobile game.
It's okay. Well, most of my marketing ideas are okay most of the time.
Yes.
Yes.
So that was funny. Like when I heard that, even me, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Why would you do that? That makes no sense.
I just feel like your phone would fry up in like fraction of a second.
Yes. Start your clothes on fire. All right. Cardi B deletes Twitter after shocking Grammys beef with fans. I really think a lot of this is like these people are people are losing their minds, kind of, and unfortunately, we're seeing it happen in real time, and you don't like get to escape it in this world. Like we covered Doja Cat. Basically like having a meltdown because of the pressure of performing, and I really do think hers was more art based. Like she's like, I felt like I gave a poor show last night, and I know what that I know what that feels like. Even just doing this, like there's days where I'm like, ugh, that was freaking awful. Like it's stressful, but like the key is to not lash out at the people that actually support you.
I feel like her lashing out might have had a little bit of irony in it.
Yeah,
Just like attention seeking,
like
facetious.
pay attention to me.
Well, she thinks it's like funny to change her screen name to I Quit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's funny.
So it says, "Oh, Cardi, behave."
I find her delightful, by the way,
I
as,
hate
as you guys
that.
know.
Which one?
Cardi B?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Abruptly deleted her Twitter account on Sunday after engaging in a heated digital debate with disgruntled devotees who called her out for skipping the Grammys 2022. How dare you skip the Grammys, they say. Like, what if I just want to stay home and eat ice cream? Huh? Am I not allowed to just stay home and eat ice cream?
Dude, this is
She's also a mom.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she has plenty of reasons.
There's
to stay home.
there's entitlement here from fans.
It's beautiful that like there's a generation like a class of artists that are genuinely not caring about award shows, because like as of 2 years ago, like it was only that they cared.
Yeah.
So when they stop caring and they stop attending to award shows, like these stupid like little propaganda circles are gonna go extinct.
Yes.
Thank God.
So she deleted it. Says the social media spat ended up with the up performer allegedly wishing death on a Twitter detractor's mother.
She said, "I hope your moms die."
Yeah.
In a since deleted thread of foul mouth tweets.
I mean, who among us, you know? Just kidding.
By the way, and I hope your mom dies.
I feel like that's not the first time she actually said that.
Probably not.
Oh, she's a wild lady
Yeah.
on Twitter.
I bet your son wouldn't like you for being you. Wait, it says, I bet your son wouldn't like for you to be on your ass while teasing us fans and never dropping music. Seethed the cyber scolder to. Ooh, cyber scolder. That's good.
You have to read it with more sass. That's why it makes more sense.
Okay, so does anybody here who is sassier than me want to reread that?
I bet your son wouldn't like for you to be on your ass while teasing us fans and never dropping music. Seethed a cyber scolder.
See, that's like that was perfect. Like it's like there's like I literally
Kind of
picture.
weird that they had to bring her kid up.
Yes, like how dare you? Despite being nominated for best rap performance, opted out of attending the 64th. Like I like that. She's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna go.
Who cares?
I got better stuff to do. And then her fans are like, how dare you not go? You have to listen to me. Like on one hand, it's like don't insult your customers, but on the other hand, screw the customers if they're not actually just going to let the lady live the life she wants. It's just the Whopper rapper commented, "I hope your moms die," in a single deleted thread of foul mouth tweets. That's going right
That's
for the
the kind
jugular.
of thing you could say on the internet, like pre-2010.
Yes.
Pre-2015.
I think pretty much everything before then was hoping that your mom died or that you died in some heinous way.
That's basically Good Morning in my house.
Yes, exactly. That's Dane wakes up. He's like, "Hi, how's everyone doing? I hope you die, Dane,
Aw,
and I
honey.
hope your mom dies as well." The online criticisms aimed at Cardi came amid a flurry of admonishments from fans who were disappointed that the native New Yorker pulled a no-show on music's biggest night. Is it really music's biggest night? That's debatable. My thing is, why hype us up if you know you're not going to the Grammys from the jump? Tweeted out. So they think like she was like, yeah, I'm going to be at the Grammys. And they're like, ooh, she's going to be at the Grammys. And then
Well, they thought she was scheming like, I'm not going to go. I'm going to hype them up. And then at the last minute,
Lie.
tear the rag out from under them.
But imagine being mad at that.
Yes.
Imagine being mad at like.
Even if she did do that, which we
Right.
know that she didn't.
yeah. She's like, maybe my kid just has a fever. Maybe I just don't feel like going.
It's like you're not gonna even be able to see her. Like the camera's gonna pan on her like for a fraction of a second.
And they will.
Oh, well, she said, when did I hype y'all up? Where and when did I ever give hints?
She's
Like,
like-
are you okay?
She's like thinking back. She's like, did I say something about the Grammys?
Like, who
I
cares?
don't think I did. So like her anger is for the most part understandable because she's like, leave me alone. I didn't say I was going to the Grammys. You people thought it. You people just assumed I was going because I was nominated for an award. Because she went on to tell one upset fan to drink acid and advised another one to suck.
Bleep.
She also lashed out at a Twitter user for intimating that one of her children with husband Offset 30 was autistic. My God.
Isn't she delightful?
This is just I just love the idea. Like,
I
imagine you wake
love
up
her.
and you look at your phone and you just literally put on like a hazmat suit to get on Twitter.
Dude, she just goes to war with everyone.
Do you kiss your autistic child with that
Wow.
mouth? Asked a disparager in a Twitter response death wish post. Says none of my kids are autistic. Don't project what you got on my kids.
Cardi said that?
No, Offset.
I see.
She did. Okay, yeah. She says shortly thereafter, Cardi announced she's deleting her Twitter. Like that's what my response would be too. F you people. Like, and remember, this Twitter is not the real world. This is not the majority of her fans. This is just these weirdos who maybe they like her, maybe they don't, maybe they just like making somebody's life more difficult. And that's what this is. That's what Twitter allows them to do.
I just want to say, me and Miracle had private social medias before it was cool. So just,
Yeah.
you guys are catching up on a wave.
Yep. So it says, in the wake of her shady jabs, the internet peacemakers have called Cardi out for disrespecting innocent members of the autism community. I mean, she didn't bring it up. The other person brought it up. All she said was, I don't have, my child does not have autism. You're projecting.
Yeah, and it's not like it's a good thing.
No. So it says, why would Cardi B insult? I didn't see any type of autistic insult on her part.
There's somewhere
I'm sure
the
there's a
beautiful
little comment.
round
Well, if
rainbow.
she thinks it's like accusatory or insulting for them to say her kid is autistic, then that's anti people with autism, which
Yes.
Right.
is not true.
No, it's like all she said is like, look, you're projecting.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it says, has yet to publicly apologize for her questionable commentary. Why would you ever want to do any of this? It's just, no, it's just not worth it, dude. You can't win. You can't win. Like, the only way you can win is by not playing. So, maybe we should just follow her more. That golden content to just watch her argue with people.
She rules, dude. Like, she is
Well,
ratchet
Nikki
as hell.
kind of does the same thing.
I'm
on
more of a
Twitter.
Nikki fan.
So, do you like Nikki or Cardi better?
I think I have a affinity towards her because she's Dominican. I'm a Puerto Rican. So like we're Caribbean boys.
Makes
Gals.
perfect sense. There was also this thing about like how basically the Grammys owe everything to TikTok this year, which is probably true. Like every artist in the new artist category is like it's from like a viral TikTok song. Like Glass Animals has been a thing for like 10 years, and they just got nominated for new artists like this year because of the song Heat Waves.
Which one's that?
I'm not singing on air.
Ah,
No,
Almost got him,
that
girls.
was- that was-
Almost got
that
him.
was a good try. That was a good try. It's not gonna happen.
I'll get
So
you
it
one
says,
time.
TikTok's hold over the music industry has gotten stronger. Just take a look at this year's Grammy nominations. Better yet, take a look at the Best New Artist category, where more nominees than ever owe their success to the viral video app. Thanks to TikTok's ability to take a song and run with it, everything from Olivia Rodrigo to Glass Animals have become household names and Grammy-nominated performers. All because like you can't like half these songs are like have been on number one for like ever. The song "Astronaut in the Ocean" was like
Oh my god.
number one for like a gazillion years.
Yeah, like chill out with that one.
Like every time Tom McDonald would release a new song and it would like go back to it would make it to number one, it would replace that song, which just stayed there and then went away briefly and then came back.
Don't you guys love this song in particular though?
Yeah, so Driver's License didn't go viral thanks to a TikTok challenge, which is most often the cause of a song becoming a hit on the platform. It's funny too because within skating and stuff, we've been making skating edits for years, and one of the hardest things to do is to find music you wanted to use because it would always get muted and blocked. Like it still does if you do that on YouTube.
Right.
Usually they just copyright claim and take like if you made any money they get to keep it, but like you can just do that on these platforms now, as long as you add the music in the app.
There's so many
beforehand.
skating compilations that are now giving money to Rage Against the Machine.
Oh yeah. So
That
dude,
was the
like
band from.
like there's like every I don't know if you guys know who Atmosphere is. That was like a hip hop group from Minnesota in the 90s, in the early 2000s. Still very, very popular as far as underground rap goes. But like every person who made a skate video was like required to use an Atmosphere song, and everyone from the East Coast was required to use Rage Against the Machine.
Boys.
And Beastie Boys a little bit earlier. That was the earlier days in skating. But like all of them are making like small amounts of money from like thousands upon thousands of videos from people who are just like, I love that song, when they were like 16 and they made their edits to it.
As you know, Brett, I am also a boomer.
Yes. Hello, fellow children. Me and Dana are both boomers.
Correct.
So do you use when you make your videos? You don't put a lot of music in yours, right?
I talk sometimes, but most of the time I'm using trending sounds.
Okay, you
Yeah.
do. Like that's another interesting one. Is like you can use sound, not necessarily music, but trending audio clips or
Yeah,
sounds.
something somebody else said, but it's
Yeah.
usually music.
And you have to find a way to like incorporate it. Like if there's one thing that these apps have done, it's like gold for like teaching people how to be independently starting in their creativity, like helping people find a way to be creative outside of being told from like a director or a teacher on what they need to do to figure it out, because it's a non-linear industry, and you have to find ways to make yourself stand out with the tools you have in front of you, and it helps people do that, which is I'm always amazed at how much doom scrolling I end up doing because some damn person ends up being creative, and then I end up going down a rabbit hole for like 2 hours.
It's the American way.
It is. Well, I mean, it's not just America, but yeah, it's all over the place. So, I just thought that was interesting. And what was the other one? There was the other was the one song with like Justin Bieber and what's his name, the kid
Cardi?
Leroy.
Lol.
It doesn't look like that's what it would be.
Boomer take once again.
Yep. So yeah, like all the other songs are definitely things you've heard on there. So I think I can't believe we actually had that much to say about the Grammys. We should have probably had Carter on in like a little chair right there to talk about this stuff. But it's at the same time, Carter like had never heard the song "Something in the Way" by Nirvana. So it's like when you fall into your genre, you've got your genre of music.
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
So it is what it is.
Now
Butter didn't
later.
win. So BTS, the army must have rioted last night.
Yeah.
They can calm their tits.
They're gonna break into the studio right now.
Right now,
It's any minute.
they're going to organize and make it a thing.
I'll blame it on
So-
Brett.
That's what Miracle would
Just
do.
know we're recording with bulletproof vests.
Okay, that was fantastic. Yeah, so that was. I couldn't believe there was that much to talk about at the Grammys, but like that's one of those things. Like you'd think award shows wouldn't matter, but somehow they still end up finding a way to become relevant somehow, even if nobody actually watches the show.
Because people are talking about it.
Exactly,
Like us.
Like us. Said we
damn.
are feeding.
We're the fools.
Damn it, Dane.
We are feeding
every time.
We're feeding the beast.
Yeah.
Yep. So I don't know. That's one of those things, but I didn't like none of those songs rang to me other than the BTS one, and like because we talked about it yesterday,
Get
and the
it,
other ones,
Let it roll.
yes, and the other ones that I had heard were just not.
Sending those beautiful Asian boys to
Tony
war.
Bennett did win. Tony Bennett did win, so
Yeah.
they were right. They couldn't believe it that 95-year-old Tony Bennett would
Another
win.
old cishet white man won an
Goddamn.
award.
It's just proof of the problems.
The only way to fix this is to give Meryl Streep her 87th Oscar.
because Meryl Streep.
The greatest actress of all time.
Ever. Thanks for watching this clip, guys. If you want to see full episodes or follow us on social media, links are in the description below. Bye.
Bye.